Hello guys, this is Super Tycon, and today I'm bringing you commentary of my fight with Zeronull that occurred last Wednesday. It was the USFC tournament. All this footage was done by Vineyard on Twitch. So let's get started. Obviously, I was not talking at the time because I was co-hosting, so I tend to stay quiet during my matches and whatnot. So figured this might be interesting just to give you my thoughts as the fight progresses and stuff in the moment. So let's get right to it. So Zeronull is a very skilled fighter on the Discord and all. So I know him very well. He knows me very well. So going into this fight, I'm trying to focus on counter attacking, especially as Alexander. I know what his tricks are as Laszlo here, so I feel pretty confident going in. Let's play it. So as you can see, yeah, I get an easy counter to begin the fight here. And as I said, this is more or less how I try to play it. There he gets a good hit in though. Laszlo has that really fast combo. And if he closes in, it can be trouble even with my guard. But there, I managed to thrust in and kill him for a second point. So Zeronull definitely knows how to get in there and do damage if I'm not careful. And there he tried it again, but I just sniped his arm. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. 3 points on the board. Quick thrust, and then I combo it with the X cut. If you cancel the initial combo, it's usually YY. He does a thrust and then a cut. You can actually do any other cut you want, so it really can throw people off. There, I just took his hand right off. Another cut for good measure after that, too. And so already I've almost won this. I do that sidestep that Alexander has, the wide slash. I just wanted a quick kill. It was very risky, though, and of course that ends in a double. So Zero tries to thrust me there, but I end up stabbing him back. And at this point, you know, it's one more point and I win, so I go right for the thrust. Amazingly, that didn't kill, and Zero just punishes me right away. Sees an opening and takes it. Well done in his part. He got a flag from that. He gets another flag. There you go. I'm cutting out of distance, which was a big mistake on my part, and he immediately punished that with a good snap cut. There he tries lunging in to try and make something happen, but I immediately hit him right back. So that's how the first round went. So Zero ends up going with Isabella, and at this point I'm like, yeah, I gotta mirror him, because there's a whole running joke of the Zeronull effect. It's where you render a player's character choice completely null and void by doing a mirror match. And for some reason, I tend to do very well against Zeronull in these mirror matches, so once again, I'm feeling pretty confident. I do ramp up the aggression, though, because of Isabella's playstyle. So you'll see some intense back and forth for sure. But I still try to maintain, to some extent, that whole strategy of counter-attacking, because I know it works really well against Zeronull. Here, Zeronull tries to get in really close. I'm not sure what he was planning there, but I just immediately countered that with a snap cut, and then a cut afterwards. And here I just made a big mistake of thrusting as he was cutting at me, and I was way too close. It's a mistake I sometimes make. I just think, oh, a thrust is gonna kill right away, and I'm fine. And I think it's gonna cover my head, but it doesn't quite do that all the time. But here I'm really proud of this. I get this really good push, and then a cut. And so, you know, I'm getting really confident here. Got 4 flags. Zero goes for a big cut, and then I go for those counters, like I've been talking about earlier. So when Zero does a big attack, or he does Wrathguard, like we've been seeing, you know, my plan is to just either move in and hit him when he's vulnerable, or to just counter straight up. Zero did a good job there with that thrust, though. I did not expect that to land. Zero going in with cuts there. I managed to tag him, but, you know, sometimes it's just luck of the draw. The initial cut doesn't always kill. And I think it was more of a shoulder hit, so it makes sense. Just very unlucky. So Zero does a good job of closing in here. And with these 7-flag matches, you realize just how quickly an opponent can adapt, right? So Zero gets a much better chance to do so, and there he gets a double. So at this point, I'm kind of humbled, Because I thought, oh yeah, this would be another easy fight, but you know, Zeronull is a very good fighter in his own right there. So bit of a weird double there, but just the way my animation played out anyway. But it makes sense. Yeah, it's a very fast-paced fight here, but at this point I'm trying to get that last kill. But I'm definitely not trying to be overly aggressive. There I tried to go for a stab, though. That was a big mistake. Zero immediately counters that. And as you can see, we're both pretty aggressive fighters. Zero does a good job of closing that line. And here, you know, this is where the pressure really ramps up. All it takes is one kill. Zero goes for that push, luckily, and that gave me a chance to cut him. But he manages to double, surprisingly. Thing is, we're both really insane fighters, so you'll see some similarities in our fighting style, too. They gave me that Wrathguard, but I countered that really beautifully, I think. I just didn't get scared of it. And I know he likes to do that thrust, so I just focused on countering that thrust and then hitting him right back. It's funny, because I'm actually the pioneer of that whole strat, in the Discord server anyway, this whole idea of using Wrathguard. Most people don't even bother with it, because it kind of leaves you exposed in some ways. But it's a surprisingly defensive guard if you use it correctly. Definitely possible to use it in an effective manner. And I've even used it to parry. I have some videos of that, so... At this point, I got 2 wins, feeling very confident. All I need is one more, as it's best of 5. Yeah, here we're going to get some lag here. That's just, unfortunately, it was on Vineyard's end. His internet combined with the fact that we're hosting this on, I believe, Steam Remote Play, so that can lead to some issues. That's why you're seeing the poor quality as well. But at this point, we both have 1 flag, and I'm not underestimating Zero at this point. In fact, you can see me panicking a little bit there. Cuts just as I'm backing away. But it ends up paying off. Zero chases after me, which played to my advantage a little. We get this really intense exchange. Thankfully, I'm able to scalp him right at the end there. He got tired. So it's funny, because I panicked, it actually ended up turning out pretty well. And here we just double. And again, trying to push some initiative there. Now I'm using Wrathguard, funnily enough. One-handed double kill there. I was happy with that, but I thought it was a little much. Yeah, so here I'm really trying to push the aggression there. Amazingly, though, he actually gets the point. There was no double or anything. But these things happen. And there we go. Expect those counterattacks again I've been talking about. He exposes himself. I immediately take that victory. He goes for high guard. I'm not scared of that at all. Because high guard, I find, is usually really easy to counter. But sometimes it does make you panic if you're exposed and they do high guard in the middle of that. And there I just get a perfect combo to his head. And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, 2 more flags and I win. I'm still cautious enough about it. There I tried to do a safe thrust, but I think I was a bit too close. Zero was able to get a push in there and cut me. And so, yeah, we've seen these previous matches before, and I know Zero can obviously bring it back. So I go for that quick kill, that classic sidestep underhow. And it works perfectly there. Although Zero gets a good kill there when I get really close. And so I'm a bit worried. If Zero gets 3 more flags, which isn't that hard to achieve, he can win. And he gets a grab in there, which I did not expect. I was actually a bit angry about that, because I was determined not to let him get away with that. Angry in a good way, obviously. There's no hate. We're both friends here, but... Definitely not going to let my opponent humiliate me like that. So Zero just needs 1 more now. He quickly secured a point. I took his hand off, but amazingly he doubled. But I see how the game thought he hit me, so, you know. Fair play. So Zero going for that thrust again, and here I made a big mistake. I went for Wrathguard, by doing the wrong input. I was trying to do some kind of sidestep, but I ended up doing Wrathguard instead. And that really fucked up my rhythm, and I couldn't recover in time, so he stabbed me, and that was good in his part. I think even if I reacted in time and did a cut from there, it might have ended up a double, so I don't think there was a good outcome once that Wrathguard came out for me. Unless I won the round afterwards, after we double. So here I go back to Alexander. Unfortunately, the Zeronull effect doesn't quite hold true here. So I decided to change up my fighting style a little bit and just secure the win. But Zeronull does a good job of pushing the aggression there and gets the first kill. And essentially, with Alexander, I'm trying to go back to my roots, back to the whole counterattack playstyle. I think I was a bit too impatient as Isabella in some of my exchanges. And so with Alexander, I still pushed the offensive. Like, I'm a pretty aggressive fighter overall. But I try to choose my moments. There, I tried to as well there, but I mistimed it. And so Zero was able to just cut me right in the head. And again, Zero is able to get inside my guard. Alexander usually has a very good guard. But here, Zero just closes me down and actually gets right past it. And then here I use that classic thrust everybody on the Discord hates, right to the face. This is going to be a crucial move going forward. You see it work again. Isabella just doesn't block it with her regular guard, and even her long guard, I think, sometimes struggles at close range. There I tried to land it again. Honestly, trying it a third time was probably really dumb on my part. But I'm just trying to get really fast kills and speed blitz Zeronull. Now that I see that thrust is working. Before I wanted to stick with the counter-attacking, but now I'm trying to do those thrust combos, and it's working very well. And you're going to see me continue to do this. Easily parry those cuts, get a cut to his head there. So when Zero pushes the aggression too much and I don't feel safe, that's when I revert back to the counter-attacking playstyle. And here, I see that Wrathguard and I just wait. I wait until he throws that cut way out of measure, and I stab him right in the face. And that's the end of the fight. So I hope you enjoyed that breakdown of our fight. It was a lot of fun. And my reasoning for switching to Isabella there is I wanted to meet Zeronull in a mirror match, because usually mirror matches go really well for me. And it ended up making the fight really close, I think. I think it was a mistake, as it turns out, to try and fight Zeronull Izzy v Izzy, because we're both insane fighters, right? So you never know how these fights can go sometimes. Despite my tendency to beat Zeronull in whatever mirror match we do for whatever reason, it seems like Alexander's style was just harder for him to cope with. He's got a fast thrust, he's got a good guard, the best footwork in the game. He definitely has some weaknesses, but if you're not used to fighting him, then you can struggle. And I haven't been using Alexander for as long as I've been using Isabella, so. But it made for a really close fight. If I played a little bit worse, we'd definitely see a win from Zeronull. So, well done to Zeronull. It might have been 3-1. It might have been a relatively clean victory on the surface, but a few bad decisions, and Zeronull would have done a lot better. So, I hope to see him on the server again soon. It was really nice dueling him again. We duel a lot. Unfortunately, he's taking a hiatus, but with a better update to the game, he promised that he'll come back. So, anyway, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.